Originally, I didn't know what to title this video. So I sat there and thought about it for a while, and then I came up with this title, right? Guys, just look around you, man. It's sad to see how we have advanced so much technologically, medically, in pretty much every aspect you can think of. And yet, we're struggling just to get some food and have a roof over our head. We're probably heading towards another Great Depression or recession or something. Everybody keeps saying that, oh no, we're too big to fail. Our economy is too big to fail. Nothing. Let me really get this through y'all's thick skulls. That nothing in this world is too big to fall. Think about the biggest mountains in this world that you can think of. They can all fall. So don't ever think that something or someone is invincible. Gas prices are what? $7 now in California, probably. Everywhere else is like $4 or $5. You think it's gonna stop there? And I don't like making these kind of videos because it's too political, right? And I don't want to talk about politics. Yet. I will, but just not yet. Because, again, the main focus of the channel is men's improvement. But those kind of go hand in hand now, don't they? Because politics pretty much affect everything. Not just men's lives, but everything. Right? That's why it's necessary to address these things. But I'm going to make this video as much as I can from keeping myself away from politics, right? But still touching it as much as I need to. So, whoever you voted is whoever you voted on, right? That's your choice, what your preference, whatever. I'm not here to tell you who you should vote for, what party you should choose for, none of that, okay? Just do your research, do your judgment, have your own judgment, have your opinion, and then go practice that. I want you to practice your opinion. I want you to voice your opinion, right? I want you to practice your freedom. This freedom is very hard to come by. And most people in this world don't have as much freedom as we do as Americans. So please practice it and hold on to it for as long as you can, because, at this rate, it's inevitable that our freedoms are going to go away, or we're going to have to fight again to hold on to them, right? But the main point of this video is this, guys. Is motivation. Okay? When I was just now starting my first engineering job as an intern at a Fortune 500 company, my mom was very sick. And I had to make a choice at that point. And the choice was, do I stop everything I'm doing, go take care of her, or do I stay on this path, build my life, because I haven't even started my life yet, and then help her when I can? I chose the second one, because at that point, even if I left everything to go help my mom, I couldn't have done much. Not only would her health would have been sinking, but also my life would be sinking as well, because she has stage 4 breast cancer. There's nothing, and I mean literally nothing, I could have done to stop that. Doctors couldn't even stop it, but we're going to talk about that in another video. So is it better for 2 family members to sink at the same time than one? So I chose the second route. And everybody in my family shamed me for it. How dare you? How crappy of a son are you to abandon your mother like this? I never abandoned my mother. My mother didn't even want me to stop doing what I'm doing to come help her. Because my mother was a single mother. You guys know this. I've talked about her before. And her biggest mission in her life was to get me, our only child. I don't have any siblings. I'm the only child. Get me in a position in life to where I'm self-sufficient, and I have been successful in my life. To make me successful. I was her biggest project. And she did it. She did it, but now she did it. Back then when we first found out that she had stage 4, I still wasn't 100% self-sufficient. So that's why she didn't want me to stop everything to come help her. Because everything she would have worked for in her life, have worked for in her life, would have gone down the toilet if I came this close to graduation and to getting on my 2 feet and stopped to go help her. That's why she didn't want me to leave everything I'm doing in my life and to go help her. Because she knew what's coming in front of her. She knew nothing could have stopped it. But again, I don't want to go too much into that today. I'll go too much into that in another video. But nobody in my family members really looked into that, because nobody in the family really fought this fight with me. They don't know what I went through. My mother did to become self-sufficient. My mother gave me the opportunity, and I took that opportunity, and I ran with it. Built everything I have by myself. So nobody else saw that fight, that struggle, the sleepless night, the stress, the blood, sweat, tears. No, none of it. Nobody saw any of it. But now they want to throw shade at me, call me names, this and that. I left everybody behind, every single person behind. And I have not looked back since. Why? Because I am true to myself. I know that I have not done any wrong. I go to bed every night with the peace of mind, knowing that I did not betray anybody, I did not abandon anybody, I did not run away from any responsibility. And here's another point. As a child, it is not your responsibility to take care of your parents, because your parents were the one to bring you to this earth. They had a choice to bring you to this earth or not. So it's their responsibility to take care of you, not the other way around. You did not have a choice or a voice to tell your parents to bring you into this earth or not. They did. So you are their actions byproduct. That makes you their responsibility. They are not your actions byproduct. This is how it's supposed to be, but in certain cultures, in certain part of the world, or even pretty much all over the world, we try to make it seem like, no, we owe our parents something. We don't owe anybody any damn thing unless we take responsibility of that person. I'm talking about adoption kids. Or we bring other kids into this world. Or we marry someone. As a husband, you have responsibilities to your wife. We took on to these responsibilities ourselves. That's why we're responsible for them. We did not have the choice to take on our parents. Our parents had the choice to take on ourselves, or on us, right? We did not get to choose who our parents are, did we now? So when you don't have a choice, you don't have a responsibility either. That's what I'm trying to get you guys to understand. But as I was saying, everybody around this world tries to put this narrative, no, you owe your parents something, you got to go back and save your parents, save your siblings. No, you don't got to save a damn thing, because when you start doing that, that's when you create generational slavery, which is what's happening in my family right now. The kids that we have in our family right now, they are being raised by tax slaves, my uncles, aunts, everybody. And then when these kids grow up, they're going to take on the exact same lifestyle their parents did, become tax slaves. And then they're going to do the exact same thing to the generation after them, their kids. This is how you become generational slaves. And one person, me, who wanted to get out of that cycle, had all kinds of names, shades, and everything thrown at them. They pretty much disowned me. I'm fine with that. I've been on my two feet for a long time now. I don't need anybody in that family, right? And that's what I'm trying to get you guys to understand, is that while all of this was happening, while all of your mofos, some of your mofos came in here and said, oh, you drive a piece of crap car, you look dusty, you look busted up, this and that, calling me broke, ugly, all this kind of stuff. Do you know what I was doing? Buying rental properties. Today, my rental properties are in the double digits. They have been in the double digits for a while. By the end of this year, I'm buying a few more again. I don't work for any boss, any employer anymore. I have stopped working for a boss 2.5 years ago. I've been my own boss since. I was doing, private contracting engineering jobs, freelance engineering jobs. Meaning, while I was in that first company that I was in college as an intern, I was creating networks. I was putting my hand into other companies. I was reaching out into other companies by knowing people, by knowing connections. I was making connections with other companies because I was planning my escape. So while all of this was happening, I was getting names called at me. My family was disowning me. Everybody was giving me crap. My mother was in her deathbed. I was making connections. I was investing. Then I left that job, started working as a freelance engineer in multiple different companies throughout the freaking nation, and started saving those money and buying more and more rental properties. Today, I stopped doing all of that engineering work, and I have enough money saved up and coming in every month from all of my rental properties through rent money, that now I can take these rent money and buy more properties. It is that freaking simple. And yes, I've been driving this 4-banger, this Toyota that I have, for a long time now. What you gotta say about me now, in the middle of this gas prices rising? You guys are spending 80, 90, 100 bucks. Why? Because you were too busy flexing. You did not have a vision for the future. And I was saving that money that I would have taken and bought a new car, a new sports car, a fancy car. I saved that money and bought properties that are giving me money now, to where I don't have to work for anybody else. And I don't have to worry about inflation. I don't have to worry about gas prices. I don't have to worry about food. I don't have to worry about paying my bills. Other people are doing it for me. That is literally the point of making this video. I always put my money where my mouth is. I don't just come in here and talk shit for you guys for nothing. I do these things, the same things that I'm telling you guys to do. I stopped dating. I stopped taking chicks out on dates, on expensive dates. I stopped going in relationships long time ago, because that's another money pit for you guys. You guys want to flex and show off to your girl, or show your girl off to other people, spend a bunch of dumbass money in there that you could have taken and invested. And a lot of you guys come in here and ask me this question: Zeke, how do I get started in real estate investing? Now, here's the thing, bro. Here's the thing. I'm making these YouTube videos for 2 years now, over 500 videos, for free, right? Didn't take a dime for any of you or from YouTube. Turn monetization off on YouTube. I could monetize in my videos if I wanted. I turned it off. Why? Because this is my hobby. This is my, I like doing this. I enjoy making this kind of content and helping people out from the surface level, to give you guys a red pill. Really, right? I like doing that. But when we go into detailed information, aka how to build a specific body type for your specific self, because everybody's different, or how to make money specifically in real estate. If I'm giving you detailed information, I'm going to charge you for that, because this is information only the rich has. If you want to have a consultation, email me at zeekpeak00@gmail.com and we'll go from there. But I'll still give you some surface level information about real estate. Find a location, because location is the most important thing in real estate. Find a good location where you can buy properties that are not too expensive, that are not too low, like you're not dead in the ghetto, right? But not not in a neighborhood like Bel Air, California, right? Not too expensive, not too crappy, somewhere in the middle. Buy your first home using an FHA loan. Make sure that first home is a multi-family property, meaning at least a duplex, so you can live on one side, rent out the other. That way you don't have to pay your bills. Have a job on the side, a good job, good paying job, or even doesn't even have to be good paying job. You could be a blue collar worker, but have a job, save your money, live way below your means, and then put that save up down payment for the next property. Buy another one. Buy another one. Buy another one. After 3 or 4 or 5 units, you're going to have enough rental money coming in every month to pay off the first property. Yes, you're leveraging debt. And yes, a lot of people might come in here and say they don't like it. But I'm just telling you how I did it. It's that simple. Yes, there's risk to it. Yes, there's management to it. And I'm not going to go into details on any of that because, as I said, I'm going to charge you for that information. But this is the basic of the most basic. I'm not flexing. No, I'm not flexing at all. When have you guys ever seen me flex with my money? You guys seen the same chain I'm wearing for the past 2 years in pretty much all my videos. You guys have seen me wear this jacket how many times now? Exactly. Why? Because I don't have a goddamn thing to prove to a single one of you jackasses. Not a single one of you. Because as I was saying earlier, I go to bed every night with the peace of mind that if I don't work for the next year, if I don't buy a single more property for the next year, I'll be just fine with all the rental income that I have. You can call me a liar that no, you don't have your money from rental, you have other property. No, this is literally what I do now. I'm a landlord, that's it. Only in my early 20s, I retired like that. I didn't retire. Obviously, I'm working. I'm getting this rental money and buying more properties. I want to get 100, 200 units. I want to make 50 to 100 grand a month. Maybe that's when I'll think about retirement. And while all this is happening, I'm also putting away money in my Roth IRA, letting that grow. Some of you guys don't even know the difference between Roth and your conventional 401k. Instead, you're worried about where the hoe's at, while everything around you is crumbling down, while everything around you is falling apart. You're worried about calling me names and not agreeing with the philosophy that I have about life, about women, about anything. Meanwhile, you're complaining about gas prices. You're complaining about food prices. I don't complain about any of that. Okay, things are going up in prices. I was ready for it. I knew. Dude, here's the thing. Humanity goes through cycles. You have to understand this. Just because you're living through some good period of time doesn't mean it's going to last. You always go through cycles. What's the saying that they say? Strong men create good times create weak men create hard times create strong men, right? Something like that. There's always a cycle. And all of these new electric cars and this and that coming out, new technology, this and that. Dude, I freaking hate it, man. My car that I drive, it's an older car. I freaking hate having so much technology in my car. I hate computers so everywhere. I just hate it, man. I freaking hate it. As technology is advancing more and more, I want to go backwards and live like how our grandparents did. Eventually, my big plan is to settle somewhere with 80 to 100 acre land and have my own farm there. Just grow my own food. I don't need something big. I'm not trying to do something commercial. No, just have my own big old freaking house where I can have my orgies, right? Bring hoes in here, probably away from everybody in a mountaintop somewhere. Because it's easier to defend yourself when you're sitting at the mountaintop if some shit goes south. In case something goes south, something goes wrong. Have enough land to grow my food just by myself. Have my own power grid. I'm an engineer. I can figure it out. I know how power works anyways. I'll figure it out. Have my own airport strip, because you guys know I'm in pilot school. Learn to be a pilot. Have my own little plane as well. Probably a Cessna, some small bird, single prop. That's my big plan, eventually. And I know I'll get there. And not a single one of you jackasses can stop me. As they're getting rid of manual transmissions, I'm looking for more manual transmissions. Because I miss having my manual that I had, the 5-speed that I had before this one. I want to buy 1960s cars, Mustangs, Camaros. I don't want to buy, well, I still want to have a Lambo. You know, a Lambo, man, okay. I say all this that I hate computers and this and that, but you got to have a Lambo, man, come on. If I'm buying 108 or 80 acre land, you got to have a Lambo. And if, you know, the only way I'll ever consider buying that, a house to myself that big and that much land, is when I have enough rentals, right? Because I'm going to have other people pay for my lifestyle. And if I have that much money to buy a piece of land and house that big, I'm pretty sure I got to have a Lambo. So the Lambo got to be there, you know? Lamborghini Huracan is what I want. Not the Aventador, the V12. No, I don't want that because that's too damn big. You can't really daily drive it. But Huracan, oh yeah, baby. The V10, that's what we're talking about. But yeah, besides that, I want to have 1960s sports cars. Old school engine. Not so much computers built in them. Give me my manual standard transmission. Do everything old school ways. I freaking hate this new technology, man. All this stuff. Sure, it makes your life easier. This phone that I have, dude, this phone ain't even iPhone 10 or 12 or 13, any of that. No. It's an older phone. It's an older iPhone. And after I get done with this phone, I'm going to go buy another older iPhone. This is just the person I am. Now, I'm very minimalistic, and I spend all my money into investments. Because I freaking hate, and I always hated, the idea of working for somebody else and not being my own boss. But you guys want to be tax slaves? Go right ahead. Go right freaking ahead. And as I said, man, you can scale your business, your money, however you want. You know, I want to, as I said, probably after 50 to 100 grand a month, I'll think about retirement. But you can retire after you make 10 to 20 grand a month. Right? So it's whatever lifestyle suits you the best. You got to find that answer for yourself. All I'm here to do is to let you guys know is that while everybody is doing things one way, the conventional way, the way that the media shows you to do, there's always other ways you can do your things. There's always other ways you can live your life that are not the conventional, traditional way. You don't have to get married traditionally. Yes, you can still have sex. Plenty of it. Because the traditional way leads you to nothing but slavery. Tax slavery. Dark times are coming. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Even darker times are coming. I hope you're ready, man. I am. But I hope you're ready too. I made sure all my tenants and all my rentals are on a month-to-month lease. Just a quick side tip. If they can't pay their rent 1 month because inflation is too high, they can't afford anything, all right, you got two choices. Get out, or I'm going to split your property and I'm going to move somebody else in, another tenant in, and then I'm going to rent this place out room by room, not the whole freaking house. You got two options. You have to strategize your business like that. That's one of the strategies I follow. Month-to-month lease also gives you flexibility. Somebody's acting up, all right, get the hell out. I can replace your ass like that tomorrow. Leverage. We always talk about leverage over women. Worry about having leverage over your own damn life first. If your job fires you today, where the hell are you going to go? Not saying having a job is a bad thing, because we all need to have that and start at that. But you want to get out of that as soon as freaking possible. Why do you think I come in here and make these videos not worrying about showing my face? Because I don't work for any freaking body. You can't do that because you have a boss. If they find out about YouTube channel, they're going to fire you. Talking about this kind of stuff that I talk about. I don't have that fear. Get yourself ready, man. I know this video ain't going to get too many views because I'm not talking about hoes. That's okay. My message is for a very select few men. Very select few people in general. The less people watch these kind of videos where I don't talk about hoes, the better it is, because this is the information that's gonna set you free, not the information that we talk about hoes on. Whenever we make videos on hoes, that information, I mean, yeah, sure, it can set you free in the small run. Actually, no, those are important as well, because men's biggest vice is women. So yeah, those videos are important too, now that I think about it. But money makes the world go around, don't it? It's not end all be all, but it makes your life a lot easier now, don't it? When you set your mind free, that, okay, I don't give a crap about who calls me what kind of names, misogynist, you abandon your family, women hater, this and that. When you stop caring about all of that name calling and focus, grind, save, invest in yourself, in your future. When you start doing that and stop worrying about any kind of distractions, that's when you're true to yourself, and that's when you're going to go to bed with a peace of mind. Follow me on Instagram at Zeekpeak00. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.